What is up, everybody? This is RybackStun. We are here on a Tuesday night checking out the Storm 52 review. Gonna do things a little bit differently. I've gotten some feedback from some people about changing up the way that I do my videos, so I'm gonna try to cut this shorter than I normally would. Instead of going through all the powers immediately, I'm gonna go through the passives first, and then I'm gonna go through powers as they happen during activation. So the first passive that I remember is Eye of the Storm. It's in the Skybreaker tree. You get crit rating for a lightning power, you get move speed, and when you use a lightning power, you and your allies gain dexterity. I'm trying to see... There was another passive somewhere that I forgot. Here we go, Healing Winds. You get damage rating for any wind power. This is in the Wind Rider tree. You regenerate 52 health per second, and when you use a wind power, you and your allies gain Constitution. So, and then the last passive here is Spirited. You restore 5 spirit, or X amount of spirit when you're not using spirit spending powers. You get an increased maximum spirit, and you have increased maximum health. That's actually pretty cool there. Alright, let's go ahead and check out powers individually as they happen. So the first power that we have here is going to be Lightning Bolt. Call down lightning to fry enemies in a small area. It's basic ranged area lightning. It also restores spirit as you activate it, so you can see on the bottom right here my dexterity is activating. You can see you got a brand new icon here, so that's pretty cool. And because it's a basic, it doesn't cost any spirit. I forgot to turn her off. Come on.
I have your back, Storm.
I always forget the button that I need to use. Here we go. Okay. I messed up here. My bad. Alright, so we're gonna hit underscore. We're gonna go I, and we're gonna change this so she doesn't activate a bunch of her crap. Anyway, alright, sorry about that. Then we have, do I have that in tier 2? I do, so we're gonna ignore that one. We have Chain Lightning, ranged lightning. It's basically a bounce power, so boom. And actually, it bounces nicely. Look at how quickly that does, and the damage you get from that. And again, dexterity. Then you have Elusive Shock, ranged movement lightning. Basically, it's one of those bounce back attacks. It does do a stun, so you bounce backwards, you do damage. Boom, boom, there we go. Next we have Electrocute, which it's ranged in lightning, it deals energy damage, and it also has an arced enemy. Oh, and it's channeled. So, boom. Oh, that's crazy. I wonder if I can hit more than one. See, that's interesting that it chose not to attack that person. Is it... It doesn't look like this has a rhyme or reason on how it arcs. So... But there you go, that's that power right there. Still have our dexterity going. We have Lightning Rush, which is a melee. When you use a lightning power, the next Lightning Rush deals 75% more damage. So here's this. Boom, it's an attack. But then let's say I use this, and then we Lightning Rush again, and it does more damage in a small area. We have Lightning Storm here, which is energy damage twice per second, stun, and a vulnerability. Area duration is 6 seconds. So, boom, Lightning Storm is the typical Lightning Storm power that you're going to see with old Storms and how she did her stuff. We also have Ball Lightning. It's got arc lightning damage, has an interesting rate of fire there. So it's going to just continue doing damage as it goes. A little bit low damage, but because you're going to have a bunch of these on the field, it's not all that bad. And then the last power here is Lightning Column, which is a basic. It does energy damage, has a good rate of fire. Every third cast, you do an energy dot. So 1, 2, 3. Boom. Oh, no. 1, 2, 3. There you go. So it has to be a successive cast. You just can't go 1, 2, 3 to get it. Oh, I guess you can. Maybe it's a time period. So let's try this. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so there's a time period to it. You have to do it quickly in succession in order to get the actual ability. Next, we have the Wind Rider tree here. So the first one we're going to do is Soraka Rush. There you go. And you can see the Constitution is procced. And that's energy damage with a stun. You also have Arctic Gale, which is now a new basic. Energy damage twice per second, and it's a slow. It also gives you, apparently, 0% reflection chance. Let's see if we put some points into that, what happens. Nope, deflection chance. I feel like because it says 0%, it's supposed to have something to do with it. But, we'll find out eventually. Remember, Test Center, things change. Microburst. Ranged area wind. Call down concentrated blast of wind in an area. It does weaken, has an interesting rate of fire, so there's that. Interesting. You can continue using this, and it has a relatively low spirit cost. Crashing Hail, which is a power that we've seen used before. It summons the little thing on the ground, and boop, 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 boop. Next we have Typhoon, which is the signature attack. It does energy damage. It's a slow. Enemies are vulnerability, but they take extra damage from lightning power. So this is a combination. Has an area duration and a 30-second cooldown. So there's your Typhoon. And then these guys are all going to take extra damage, 5% extra damage from lightning powers. So there's that. Next we have Sudden Tornadoes, which you can have a maximum of 5 tornadoes out. So it's a little summon, and they run around, rush around, blast things. Summon duration is 10 seconds. Spirit costs 13 each. Obviously that changes based upon the you have. And in our last tree here, we've got Stormcrafter. We've got that one passive. But we've also got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we got 6 powers here. 3 of them are Tempest powers. We also have Storm Surge, which is your CC break. But this CC break seems to be useful because it has different effects depending on which Tempest you have active. For Gusting Tempest, you get energy damage, and you knock back nearby enemies, and you reflect close projectiles. For Freezing Tempest, your duration for freeze is 1.2 seconds, and it's irresistible. And then Arcing Tempest just does straight damage when you activate it, and it's straight energy damage, and boom. You also have Obscuring Fog, which, when activated, grants you 215 damage, which scales. You and your allies are invisible for 5 seconds, and allies cannot be made invisible for 30 seconds. So you pop this. Basically, it means that you're now invisible for 5 seconds. You can see the little cloud around you. But you cannot... Susan Storm couldn't invis somebody for 30 seconds after that's activated. And then we have Thundering Maelstrom here, which is hold down the key to summon powerful winds that do damage, and it procs enemies around you. So you also have here our 3 Tempests. So first is going to be Gusting Tempest. Does energy damage around you. You have an extra deflection chance. It has a cooldown when you activate it, and its maximum spirit reduction is 50. So you activate this, you walk around, and it deals gusting damage to people. It looks like, actually, it's in a small AoE around you. Or maybe I just wasn't set up properly. Notice how it's not hitting this dummy here on the left. We have Freezing Tempest, which is everybody's favorite thing. I guess it just does 1 damage, and then it continuously procs that. Here we have an energy dot. It's a slow, so on and so forth. And people are taking slow damage here. I see. When you activate Storm Surge, it freezes everybody for 1.2 seconds. And then you have Arcing Tempest, which deals damage per lightning strike, gives you extra damage rating, and has a maximum spirit reduction. So Arcing Tempest here just procs lightning bolts on enemies left and right, and it's not as much. It's more damage than Freezing Tempest, and I believe it's also going to be over time a little bit more damage than Gusting Tempest because you have damage rating as well. But it doesn't hit continuously everybody around you. It hits them in a certain period of time. So, and I don't know if they've changed the ultimate, Goddess of Weather, but here it is anyway. Boom, everybody takes damage. Yeehaw. You can arc a bunch of stuff around you. Do one of these, drop one of these, drop another one of these, and bam. So there you go. That's Storm's powers. You'll notice she's got 3 durability, 2 strength, 4 fighting, 5 speed, 6 energy, 3 intelligence. Got a nice section of stuff there. I have Modern Storm. I did have her kitted out with a bunch of stuff. You'll notice if I equip all of this, I actually have a decent spread of stuff on her, and this is with just 1 point in each thing. 12 in Stormcrafter, 10 in Skybreaker, and then 4 in Windrider. At some point at a later date, I'm going to try to run a terminal with Storm, so be sure to be on the lookout for that. I'll link it in the description of this video. Probably have an annotation somewhere around here about how this works. And but this is the basic description video of how the abilities work. I'm not going to do a build or anything because that's something you guys should probably figure out on your own. But if you want to build, I'll test a build out and see what's there. There are a lot of different powers that Storm has. That's actually pretty interesting. I like Lightning Rush, but I don't think melee is going to be worthwhile. With the way that your damage on lightning and wind powers work, it might be prudent to go into one tree as opposed to try to go into both trees. But you never know. I mean, you're going to be proccing passives anyway. By the way, she has a flight power, which wasn't really imperative to anything. But it'll be interesting to see what people come up with when they activate their Storm abilities. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. Remember to like and comment on the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Tumblr at RybackStun. More videos as they come along. Like I said, I'll try to put out a Storm terminal video for the new 52 rework. Test center stuff, subject to change. If there's any major changes, you'll see them in annotations across the video. And with that, this is RybackStun, signing out.